What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastamynd here for How Cannabis Live. Welcome back to another live stream today, bringing you some breaking news. Ohio's Cannabis Control Department is already up and running, and they're moving to prohibit public consumption at public venues. So, before we get started, I'm gonna ask you what I ask you every day. What you medicating on today? What's going on with you? How you doing? It's a little bit chilly out. It's a little bit gloomy. We're 2 days out, 3 days out from Christmas. So happy holidays, everybody. Regardless of whatever holiday it is you celebrate, even if you don't celebrate the holidays. And like I said, I definitely want to give you some useful information. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. I had a little glitch there. My little intro didn't show up like it normally does. I've been doing some new updates to my graphics. So here we are, legal landscape of recreational marijuana in Ohio. Recreational marijuana is now legal. Regulations on public consumption still are being defined. So don't go out public and think it's completely okay for you to consume, because it's absolutely not at this time. So keep that in mind. Advice to cannabis users and business owners: experts advise caution in use at public venues. Legal possession doesn't equate to unrestricted public use. So keep that in mind. As far as business concerns and compliance, Ohio's Department of Commerce, marijuana use can jeopardize liquor licenses. Clarity sought by Ohio Chamber of Commerce on laws and business impacts. So implications. So there's still a lot of gray area here. We really don't know all what they're going to do. They have 9 months to complete the rules. We need clear regulations so we know what's going on. Advocacy for total public consumption ban is what they're trying to advocate for, but we don't want that. We want people to be able to use, and they want to be like Colorado. Head of cannabis control says he wants to do stuff like they do in Colorado. I absolutely don't agree with that and don't think we should do that. So that's definitely not, what we want. So, we have to really, really be paying attention to when they put out these news releases, because it's very confusing for people to figure out what's going on. I mean, they're proposing a ban that's going to ban smoking or vaping in all public places. So your favorite bar, your favorite place you hang out at, they could soon ban that, especially if it's somewhere that's open to the public. So we do have to make sure people are aware, and the people are contacting their local lawmakers and outrage and saying, this is ridiculous. Nobody cared about this before. Why are you making an issue of it now? Because they're looking for reasons to punish people so they can keep feeding these prisons and jails. Don't you know that all their amendments basically evolve around giving prisons more money? SB 86, House Bill 3, whatever it was, their whole goal was to give the prisons and the police a bunch of the money from the weed sales, and still finding ways to make it hard for us to navigate legal cannabis by restricting us, saying stuff like, well, if we get our way, you can't smoke cannabis in your car. If we catch you smoking cannabis in your car, that's going to be 3 days in jail if it's their way. And then they wanted to reduce the amount of plants that we would be able to grow. Well, guess what? That didn't work out. So just so everybody is crystal clear, nothing changed in the Issue 2 law. We're still able to grow 6 plants per person, 12 plants per household. That did not change. Don't listen to anything else you hear from anybody else that didn't change it. SB 86 did not pass the House. It only passed the Senate. And House Bill 354, 351, whatever it was, it didn't even get up for a floor vote. Both the House and the Senate are on holiday break right now, so they're not going to be making any laws or any changes to the program or the Cannabis Issue 2 or anything like that right at this moment. Our prediction is, and this is only a prediction and not a fact, that we think they're going to wait until the midterms when election time comes up and try to see what happens. If they lose control of the House and Senate, then they probably won't be able to do anything to change anything in a significant way that will hurt us. But if they somehow get the votes and are able to stay in office, that's when they're going to come in and try to either repeal the whole law altogether or just make it really ugly and horrible. Do things like reduce the THC cap from 90% down to 50%. Make it hard for hemp businesses to be able to operate. Basically shut hemp businesses down altogether. Making it hard for people to access other cannabinoids like CBD, CBG, CBC. A lot of people are still looking for Delta 8 products or THC, THCO, THCH, and all these other products now that have been discovered. So there are a lot of new things being discovered in the cannabis space. And these regulations that they propose to do would make it almost impossible for us to learn about these type of things. We're still just trying to grasp all the methods of consumption that are allowed under issue 2. That's a whole nother video all by itself about all the things that we're now allowed to do that we couldn't do under the medical marijuana program. So it's a lot's changed, and it's a different landscape now. We have a lot of people who are rushing to create YouTube channels, all kind of different things, businesses and everything, and we don't even know what the final rules are going to be on things like selling seeds, selling clones, if that will even be a thing. We have no clarity on these things. There's still issues about housing, issues about employment protection, traffic stops. None of these things have been worked out properly. And then we have certain jurisdictions who want to ban cannabis use still. They want to make it illegal. So they want to make it a hodgepodge legalization where like it's legal to do everything you want in Columbus except buy flavored tobacco. In Columbus, it will be banned, illegal for you to buy a flavored blunt wrap or something else, or flavored e-vape or flavored cigarette. That will be banned in Columbus, Ohio. So if you live in Columbus, Ohio, guess what? Things are going to change here if you're a cannabis user. So all those flavored blunts that you like to get at the drive-thru and at the corner store, gone. If you live in Columbus, you'll have to drive to Grove City or London or somewhere else that they don't have a flavored tobacco ban, because anything with the word flavored tobacco is a no-go zone in Columbus. But Columbus will again have more dispensaries than most any other location in the state of Ohio, with about 15 dispensaries. So you let that sink in for a minute. So, people didn't fight them on that flavored tobacco ban, and a lot of people didn't realize what that meant. People just thought that was about e-vapes and kids and all that. No, that's the stuff you get at the drive-thru every day, at the corner store every day. I know a lot of you out there use those blunt wraps, and you like all them different flavors. But guess what? Those blunt wraps can cause you to have cancer. This is why your boy Mastamynd quit using blunts. And now I was looking to show you what I use now. Elements. This ain't a promotion, but even on here, this product can expose you to tobacco smoke. But it doesn't say it will cause cancer. It does say it could cause reproductive harm. Wait, it does say that. I take that back. I might stop using them too. So I guess we're back to this damn thing again. So, this is a world where we live in. Everything that we do is going to cause us cancer. Even if we don't think it will, you have to get a magnifying glass out and read the small fine print. Even on this here, could cause cancer. It's the same message as on the other pack. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. And, it's that extreme. So, what we want to do is be able to have events and informational sessions where people can learn about cannabis products in a versatile way. Every year we have the 420 block party. I'd like to know how that's going to be affected if they make some type of new rule that's statewide that says no more parties like that. I mean, there's so many issues with the way things are going to be managed that we have to continually to speak up and apply pressure in any way we can to remind them that this is the will of the people, not the will of the Senate or the House or the governor or any other entity, the Department of Commerce or whoever. We're not trying to run against you. We're trying to work with you for sensible cannabis reform. So that's what we have to look at. We just can't let everything go crazy. We can't ignore these things and say, oh, I can grow at home. Let me ignore everything else. No. And don't sit up here and say, it's so expensive. I can just keep running to Michigan. No, stop going to Michigan. It's a bad idea because they're just looking for a reason to mess with somebody. Okay? Get you some seeds, get you some dirt, get you some clones, and start growing some stuff. If you can't afford a dispensary. If you need to get your card, I got a link in the description of the video for you to get your card. We can even find you better deals, but you have to be willing to take that first step. It don't cost less than $150 at the most to get your card right now. Why wait? You might be waiting a whole year. And by the way, if you get your card, it work up there, and you do get discounts on top of what the stuff we already do here. So, I mean, it has its benefits. And everybody just thinks they're just going there and giving on people all that money and then crying because we got beat in football. Makes sense. How can you be a cheerleader for Michigan, but not a cheerleader for your own football team? Everybody said, oh, go Bucks, go Bucks, go Bucks, but I'm going to Michigan. We got to fix that shit. We got to start taking care of Ohio. You know how they be saying that stuff? It's Ohio. I want to see, I'm tired of riding down bumpy roads. I'm tired of seeing broken down bridges. I'm tired of paying extra gas tax. Aren't you? We need to make sure that that tax money goes to Ohio, goes to fixing and making Ohio better. Schools, roads, infrastructure, the power grid. What about all that? Why do I care about fixing up the prison? I'm trying to get people out of the damn prison. I ain't trying to help them get more new walls. They already got money for that. So all I'm saying when I come on every Friday is that speaking up is important. And sometimes I look at the numbers and I say, how many people did we really reach? Because nothing's changed. They're still talking the same trash they was before issue 2 got passed. And why are we not outraged? Why are we not speaking up? Why are we not testifying so much that they need to hold a public quorum, that they need to hold a public town hall? I said, why can't we do a town hall? You heard me do it live at the State House. Why can't we have the public town hall we've been asking for 4 years? I've been asking for a public town hall for the whole state for 4 years. All these TV companies and all these other companies do these little tiny forums with only like 20 people. And these people that are in here don't even represent a fraction of the cannabis community at all. It's time for us to show them the way this is supposed to be. It's time for us, as the cannabis community of Ohio, to help guide the Department of Commerce to sensible regulations. It is on license holders to stop sitting silent and stop acting like they can only do stuff in their little private thing and they can't work with other people in the community. Just knock that off, because guess what? License holders, you need us to come to your dispensary. So if you keep shutting us out, you keep refusing to work with us, you keep leaving us in the dark, guess what? Who's going to come to your dispensary when rec does open? Who's going to even know you exist if you're not communicating with the community? If you're not hosting, you're not trying to help educate people about the program, about the cannabis, about your company, about what you do, and why somebody should buy from you other than on Instagram. Why should anybody stop doing what they're already been doing? What is the draw? What is the excitement? Why should I buy from a company that I don't even know what the name of it is? The average person that is in the recreational world has not heard of none of these companies that we've been buying from for the last 4 years. We've given these companies millions of dollars in money, and most people have still never heard of who they are unless you're on Instagram. Tell me I'm not making this up. But this is where we are right now. So, again, I plan on hosting a series of educational events all over the state of Ohio. I'm calling on advocates, license holders, and other stakeholders to help me and quit trying to just do everything on your own, because it ain't working. It ain't working. And let's bring everybody together, patients, rec users, license holders, and other stakeholders together in one quorum and one thing so that we can figure all this stuff out properly so that it doesn't end up like Michigan, like Colorado, like California, like Chicago, like New York. We don't want to be like none of them. Didn't he just say on the press conference he wanted to do it the Ohio way? Well, let's show him what the hell the Ohio way really is. How do we do that? We participate in the public rulemaking and lawmaking process. And over the next several months, we will outline how you, the viewer, can be a part of the public rulemaking process, how you can testify without leaving your home, how you can send in comments when these rules come up so that you know what to do. I don't mean flood a bunch of random legislators with a bunch of ranting and raving messages. That does not work. But a targeted response, a targeted communication to the right people who are listening does work. And I can tell you that some of the people in that legislature are looking for guidance from us. And we cannot let special interests control the narrative. We cannot let all these other companies who haven't even been a part of the cannabis community come in and decide how things should be, and they didn't even never smoke the joint in their whole life. How do they know what is good cannabis advertising? How do they know what's going to make the customer come in if they've never even done cannabis advertising before, if they've never done a review video before, if they don't even know what is and okay on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook? How do they know what they're going to do? And they're more worried about a billboard. Well, guess what? Michigan got us beat on that already because they got billboards welcoming us home every time we go there. We need our own welcome home here. So like I said at the testimony, it's time for us to stop losing and start winning in Ohio. Go Bucks. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Because if not, I'm going to come back on here next time and I'm going to put my Detroit hat on. All right. So, again, share this video with whoever you know. We broke a record last week. I don't know. It was great. We had over 1,000 views on the live stream, which was amazing. And, you know, I think it's just because more people are starting to realize there isn't anybody else on here every week bringing you the information so you know what is going on. There isn't someone who is doing it 7 days a week. The news media puts out articles. Thank you, news media. Shout out to ABC. Because ABC be looking out for us, everybody. They really be looking out for us. So does Spectrum. Shout out to Spectrum. And NBC, you trying. I see you too. But the point of the matter is your content doesn't feature enough voice of the people. Bottom line. So something I would like to do is give you an opportunity to make your voice heard. So if you would like to email me something you want me to include in one of my blog posts, if you want to comment on the situation with the public consumption bans or the issue about bars not being allowed to allow people to consume cannabis, or anything else you think is relevant to issue 2, email me at this address right here. Well, maybe you won't email me. Yeah, info@ohiocannabislive.com. And that way, I don't know why it didn't switch over, but there you go. There we go. So, come on there. Didn't want to go away. All right. So there you go. There's the email address. Be sure to like and subscribe. Okay. And I'm going to ask you what I ask every day. I mean, every Friday. What you having for dinner? And I know I'm having a turkey salad from First Watch. I already got it in the refrigerator, ready to go on chill. And, you know, as far as about me, I have been constantly recovering. from various health conditions. Some of you know what's going on, but I don't go too far into it. But I'm pushing back as hard as humanly possible against these medical conditions. I wouldn't be able to be here without using medical cannabis, which is really the main reason I don't really need to take pain pills, although I deal with extreme pain. And some of you know what that's about. You've had extreme pain, and you have figured out that cannabis is helping you. Um, that may not be the case for everybody. Some of us here just like using cannabis to relax and have a good time. And I get that. I'm the same way. So again, if you're here to watch this content because you're just a cannabis user, welcome to the new world that we have been building the entire time. And we're happy to have new people here who are not necessarily medical cannabis patients, but are just cannabis lovers, cannabis enthusiasts, cannabis connoisseurs. So I look forward to sharing some additional content with you. We have been really focusing in on providing information, so we haven't done as many review videos or product videos as we normally would, only because so much has been happening with this information, and we're finding out that a lot of people are still confused. So before I go, I'm just going to say the last thing to you. Keep growing, okay? Don't grow over 12 plants. If you can, don't be smoking weed in your car, okay? And if you're consuming at a public place, a bar, your favorite patio bar, whatever, think about if they come in there and take your favorite bar's liquor license, your favorite bar will be shut down because they're not going to operate without their liquor license. So that's a conversation that we gotta have with our, favorite bar, or restaurant, or wherever where we've been consuming all this time and no one's cared. You're going to start probably seeing signs that say no cannabis smoke, or no vape, or no weed. You're going to see that. I mean, unfortunately, because they have made it clear they want to put fear in business owners. And I don't think that's right. I think they need to get it clarified. I think we need to have, again, a meeting. The business owners should have input and say, hey, some businesses are totally okay with cannabis use. It should be left up to the business, not up to the government. They don't own the business. But I understand regulations, and I'm a rule-abiding citizen, and I encourage you to follow the law best you can. So, it's hard. So for all those business owners who own bars and restaurants who are watching this, you got to get involved too. If your restaurant or your bar, your business supports cannabis, you're going to have to step up and let them know, hey, this isn't a problem. Don't make it a problem. You know what I mean? So I thank all of you for being here. Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button right now. Share this video with friends. And we're again streaming live all over the internet. Check us out at OhioCannabisLive.com. And I'll see you on the next stream.